A very warm good morning to everybody. Today we are going to discuss one another article that has appeared on the Kathmandu Post. This is the date, and now let's move on to the third page. Here is our article. Women's Day rally calls for protection of rights and recognition of unpaid labor. Why this article is essential at the first place? It is necessary to understand because we live in a patriarchal society where almost all the rules and regulations are heavily dominated by patriarchal principles. Okay, we tend to forget in patriarchal society, we tend to forget the contribution made by women in the society, the sacrifice done by women in the society or in the world as a whole. We always overlook their uh, agony, we neglect their pain, we encroach upon their rights. So that's why it is necessary to understand why International Women's Day is celebrated. This article is talking about International Women's Day in general. Yesterday, that means on March 8 at Maiti Ghar Mandala, an organization called WOREC, Women Rehabilitation Center, and Project Abhaya, these means those organizations held a rally at Maiti Ghar Mandala. So many participants, so many female activists, female workers participated in it, and that rally started from that place and it culminated near Everest Hotel in New Baneswar, where almost all the females were chanting slogans. All the female activists were chanting slogans about um, women empowerment, women's education, women's financial stability, so on and so forth. Okay. This article also praises Prime Minister Susila Karki for her leadership, for safely conducting an election which would not have been completed if anything had gone wrong. And as we know, this election has got a massive mandate in Nepal, means Nepal has ever seen. Now, be that as it may, look at this. Wait a second. Take a look at this. We are worried that Article 38, which guarantees women's rights such as equal lineage, safe motherhood, and other fundamental rights, might be weakened. Article 38, which guarantees rights to women, okay. So, equal lineage, one of the right is equal lineage. What is equal lineage? In our society, we have seen when a son claims right to property from his father, from his ancestral property, then father easily provides or gives or segregates its property and provides to his to his son happily, and if not happily, then society of that place will coerce the father, and eventually father would have to give that land away to his son. But and if doesn't happen like this, then the son can even claim in the court and court will decide upon that. But have we ever seen an instance where a daughter claims right to property from his father and his father is segregating his property happily and providing it to his daughter? We might not have seen such kind of instances because it is a rare phenomenon. Sometimes, uh, how to say, we can say once in a blue moon, such kind of instances are there. Otherwise, nothing. Okay, why? So here also we have to understand girls are underprivileged, daughters are underprivileged, they are always looked upon. Let me tell you, in our patriarchal society, what happens, uh, all the privilege, all the benefits are associated with boys, with male, and not with female, because we think female are meant to work in the kitchen, work for the children, and over means take care of the children, clean the clothes and do laundering. Such kind of works are associated with the female. We tend to think like this. And all the repetitive works like uh, office works, jobs, businesses, uh, means executive officers works, these works are associated for men only. In history as well, almost all the paper of the history are only talking about, or only describing about men, how that person came, how that king ruled the country, the great king of that era, so on and so forth. But there is some sporadic instances about female, and but not in the large numbers. Why? That's why we have to understand why women's contribution is important, why understanding their agony in this modern era is important. They are always overlooked by us, by political power. Equal lineage. When when a bride marries a groom, then that bride has to borrow groom's surname as their own, and they will take that surname and put it as their own, and that surname would be ultimate identity for that bride. But this doesn't happen for the groom. Son is not going to take the surname of their wife. Wife will only take the surnames of the the husbands, because their identity is lost. They are under identity crisis. That must not have happened, and that should not be happening as well. So equal lineage, there must be equality in all the cases, be it inheriting the property from the ancestors, or be it having their own identity. Everywhere men and women must be seen equally. Safe motherhood. What is safe motherhood? In our villages, still so many villages are there in Trai Madesh areas. So many villages are there where girls are girls are still under underage. Okay, means they are adolescent, and they have to they are sent they are means they have been sent, or they are sent into the marriage ceremony by their fathers, by their families, by their parents. Why they are sent in the marriage ceremony? Because women or girls are always seen as a liability and not assets. Boys are assets according to the patriarchal society, and girls are liabilities. So so in the hust, they send their daughters in the marriage ceremony, and give her to someone else. Look, suppose a girl is getting married, she is underage, might be she is 15 years old, and she is married now. After 1 year, she has to produce a child, she has to give a birth. Then she is still a child, she is still an adolescent, but despite that she is also taking care of another child in 16 years old. Look at this uh, uncertainty, look at this conundrum. In this case, one first of all, that girl, that she has lost her childhood life, because she has to study, she has to make so many friends in college, in schools. She didn't do anything, and she was sent into sent into someone else in some other villages. That is not good. And then thereafter she has to give birth to a child, and that child would definitely suffer with malnutrition and some other diseases. This little girl now has become mother, would suffer reproductive health issues, some other health issues. Financial stability would not be there because she had not studied well. So all those things are very bad. Right to safe motherhood will only be implemented once the girl is uh, over the, or girl is exceeding uh, the age of uh, the age of marriage age, which have been set by the laws. Then only right to safe motherhood is experienced. Now, other fundamental rights. We must always remember girls are also there, and they have also the same rights. They also take breath, exhale, and inhale, okay, as we do. So they have to also live the same life as we do. So never encroach upon their rights. Initially, girls, means female, didn't have the right to vote. Today, they have the right to vote, and all the votes are equal. Means one vote of any people, any person would be counted only one. Be it the prime minister, be it a poor people, one vote means only one for everybody. So that is very good. So always so many reforms are there, so many other upliftments are there. So women's empowerment is one of the uh, key factors to rule the country well, to make the people feel proud, to rule the country in a productive way. So many countries in the west are doing very better in this sense, in this regard. They are providing so many freebies, so many other alternatives for the women. They are giving free bus tickets for women in India itself. In south, I think, for women bus tickets are free. When it comes to government job or the private job, the means female are getting uh, miss motherhood days or something else. I don't know what is the word of that, but yes, they are getting 3 or 4 months of leave for the period of pregnancy, okay. So those things are very well. So that's how we have to privilege women. We have to make them come in the same line in which we are standing. Be that as it may, let's look on this one: unpaid labor. Let me tell you, women are not paid well. Men does work sorry, men do work in the office, in the businesses, they are paid, but women have to do work, women have to do work every time, in the kitchen, cooking food in the morning, in the night, in the afternoon, taking care of the children every time, cleaning the clothes, doing laundry, cleaning the houses, so many other things are there. They work almost 24 hours, but they are not paid, and we people always think that they are burden of the society or thing like that. In the villages itself, uh, miss, male works, okay, male works in the in some other companies in the farm, and when they come having drunk, having drunk, they come having drunk, and they start to beat, they start to fight, they start to abuse their wife, because their wife is not doing anything, not earning money. How could she earn money? She is doing tremendous job, tremendous work, comparatively that person, that's her husband, uh, wife is doing so many works, but she is not paid because of the society. This society has not given value to villagers, women. That's why they are not paid. So unpaid labors are also not good. We must always pay at least a certain amount of money, to at least to let them be free, do whatever they wish to be, and that's all I would say. There is nothing else. So at last I would say this article is essential because it talks about women's empowerment, and we people never try to, always purchase rose bouquet only on this day, and give it to our family members, our mothers, sisters, or our friends, but we have to, respect them always. Okay, that's all I would say. Thank you.